Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the instant match reaction for Tottenham 3, Everton 2. First time I've had to do one of these in the Premier League for a very, very long time. And that doesn't make you feel any better. Just a sickening result in some ways today. Now Spurs, let's start by saying Spurs were excellent today. Much the better team. I think that the score actually flattered us a little bit. But it's annoying because we set up all wrong today. Absolutely all wrong. The manager's just got it wrong today, and the players haven't helped them get out of the shit either with the game. Playing Gareth Barry is always a risk, I feel. I think you can get away with it at home, but you can't get away with it away. And just like the Chelsea defeat earlier on in the season, I think it showed again. He gets caught in midfield, on his heels on the turn, and it allows the opposition to get forward. Now today, you know, the manager went quite negative, and this is something I've been critical of him at times this season. Certainly going back to the Middlesbrough game a couple of weeks ago, I think he worries far too much about the opposition. Now I understand that this team's quite early on in its development, and listen, I'm all for, you know, being, you know, have a cautious approach. It's something that used to annoy me about Roberto Martinez, that he didn't know when to just stick. But as the team's growing a little bit, I think he just needs to take the reins off a little bit. And also, he's got things that he can do there that I think would make the team just as solid, but adventurous as well. I know I'm banging on the drum, but three at the back for me, and we'll come more to the centre-backs in a minute, but three at the back could do that job. And I've said as well about the centre midfield, we're overfilling it because we've got loads of centre midfielders. It doesn't make sense. You know, Schneiderlin and Garner are your men in there. Use another one. Use Barkley further forward and tell him to stay forward if you want. But just do that and get on with it and settle for that. Because today, far too many in that middle of the park. No width because Baines and Coleman were getting completely pushed back by Spurs. And centre midfield, we were just getting caught out. There was no space, there was no time. Spurs are excellent at pressing. Then Bellew, absolutely fantastic today. And they pushed us back. But again, you know, first 20 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever it was a containment job. We really getting forward. And it was a little bit like the Chelsea game. We just get caught out. Kane comes off Ashley Williams, is allowed time to spin. And what you want if you're a proper pressing team, you get someone in his face, but we don't. We let the top goal scorer in the Premier League line up a shot from 25 yards where we know he's really good. Barry's far too slow, lets him get the shot off. Joel, I think, is in the wrong starting position. He's too far to the left if you're looking from behind the goal. And that allows Kane to get it in, and yeah, questions to be asked about the goalkeeper. I think his starting position was wrong. And the 1-0 up, and then, you know, very quickly, we're panicking, we're all at sea. We could easily be 2-0 down very quickly. And we didn't settle at all. And you get to half time and you think to yourself, make a couple of changes now, tactically at least, and he didn't. And first 10 minutes of the second half, you can see it's all them, and you're thinking, make a change. And he doesn't make a change, and then we just fuck up again. Joel shouldn't be passing the ball there. Let's just get that right. He shouldn't be passing the ball there. He should be man enough to say to Schneiderlin, no, I'm not giving you. But no, he gets it out quick. Schneiderlin wants it. I don't know what people are saying, because Schneiderlin wants the ball. But Schneiderlin hasn't had a look round. Ashley Williams is trying to tell people down the pitch to do something. And we're caught out where the real mistake is that the goalkeeper should just be saying, no, settle it down. We're 1-0 down, settle it down. We're not going to do nothing stupid at the back. These are playing well. These are dominators. Let's settle it down. But we're trying to play it out the back when we know we've got people as good as Kane and Dele Alli on the pitch. It's ridiculous decision making. Ridiculous. You don't expect that. And I suppose, you know, when people talk about the goalkeeper, that's a thing you've got to take into consideration. And I thought he got away from that a little bit. I thought he had a little bit more about him. But, you know, it's just a one-off. Maybe it's just a one-off. We'll see. Again, we didn't really react again. We to be fair, they sort of stopped playing and they took Bellew off, and then we made a couple of changes. Barry went off, McCarthy came on, Morales came on, and suddenly we seemed like a little bit more about us. Like, obviously, because we've got more attacking players, and this is what we should have started with. We should have started, and I don't care if I sound like you know, like I'm going on and on, but our centre backs, Murray isn't good enough. That's all I'm going to say. He's not good enough. Williams is a good leader and a good organiser, but he's got no pace. So, in the meantime, we can't buy anyone. But we've got a kid on the bench that when we play a 3, we've looked good. Okay, for half a game against Stoke, we looked a little bit ropey. But when he plays, that allows the wing-backs to go forward. Baines looks much better when he's playing wing-back. Coleman plays that position anyway. Most games anyway, so that leaves a big gap. And we just look better. It frees the midfield up a little bit, and we've got options. And then we can put someone next to Romelu Lukaku, who, fucking hell, you don't have to be a genius to know that when Rom's got a player next to him, he comes alive. He just feels better. He's not a one-up-front player. Oh my God, how long are we going to have this stupid fucking debate? It's not even a debate. He's not a one-up-front. He likes to have players around that create space, that just create that little bit of fear in the opposition. As soon as Morales got on the pitch, Morales was buzzing. He was right up there with him. Things started to happen. And, a lovely little ball in from Morales. Rom, lovely little strength to just push the centre-back over, who falls over, goes past him, puts it in the bottom corner. Our first real shot on target with 10 minutes to go. And then we looked like we had a little bit about us. We took a couple of chances, and to be fair, the goal they've scored, the third one, is abysmal. It's abysmal. Sneijder and Baines both switch off from a quick free kick. Ashley Williams has given away a soft free kick in the first place. But then, within 30 seconds, Barkley's whipped in a fantastic ball. Valencia's come on the pitch, knocks one, and it's 3-2. Okay, it's too late. But that just showed you that, before today, Spurs had conceded 5 goals at home. They conceded 2 today from us. And it just shows you that maybe if we'd had a little bit more of a go, we might have gone under the skin a little bit. And that's the most annoying thing, is that we set up wrong. Now, the other thing I'll just very quickly throw on is, I don't know whether the fight had anything to do with the players being up late or whatever last night, but it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. You've got to have your eye on everything, but fair play to Tony Bellew for winning and all that. But it just annoys me. It annoys me that these are not new things, so don't go back. You can watch the videos from the last few weeks, and I've been consistent with what I've said. When we've been beating shy teams, I've still said the same things. We need to play 3 at the back. Simple as that. We need to get someone up with Rom. Simple as that. I've been saying these things consistently, and I've said the same about the manager. He's got to take more risks when it matters. Okay, if you want to start that lineup today, fair dues. Sometimes you get a picture in your head of what you think's going to happen, and it doesn't happen. But come on, half time. This is your first opportunity. 5 minutes into 10 minutes into the second half before they scored the goal. I can see what's going on. Where's the reaction? That's what we're asking for. That's what we're asking for. And as I say, fair play, you can start games and it doesn't happen. And managers make decisions, and it's happened a few times this season. You think of Sunderland away, you think of West Brom away, where he's made the decision, everyone's applauding, going, all right, the team you started with wasn't great, but you made the decision, and that's good management. But that's what was lacking today, I thought. Now, the players didn't help themselves, and as I say, the goalie hasn't covered himself in glory. Williams was awful. Funes Mori actually started the game all right, and then started just doing stupid things, and then at the end, there was one where the ball came over and he was jogging back, and the lad had a free chance, and we were poor today, very, very poor, and that was a benchmark today, and we've fallen well below it. But again, as I say, the most frustrating thing is that we stopped doing what we've been doing in the last few weeks. Too many men in centre midfield. Too many. What's Davies' job today? What's Garner's job? What's Barry's job? They're all doing the same job. But it's not like we could have had McCarthy in there instead of Barry today, and I wouldn't have had a problem with that because he's got the energy, he can get round the pitch. Barry can't. Just put him. Listen, for me, he's done now. He's done. The odd game at home, sound, but come on. Really, Koeman, really? You've got more options than that, surely. It's not needed. I'm sorry, it's just, I'm not going to go overboard. It's our first defeat in the Premier League of the year, and I'm not going to go overboard about it. We've been beaten by a good Spurs side, but just some of that decision-making for me is just really poor. Really, on and off the pitch, as I've said. And the fact is, we've scored 2 goals against a really good side, and that's the most frustrating thing, that maybe we'd had a little bit more of a... Listen, maybe we'd had a little bit more of a goal, they would have opened us up more, but I really don't think we could have played any worse than we did in that sort of 20-minute spell in the first half, and then also like the first 15 minutes of the second half. We were abysmal, and that's not for me. That's not a fair reflection of who we are, because you come into these games and you're bouncing because we've been doing well, and you're like, oh, we're doing this and we're doing that, and then people who don't watch you see that and they just think, nah, you're a shite, really, aren't you? And you think, well, we're not shite. All right, we mightn't be as good as what we've been talking ourselves up to. We all know what the weaknesses are, but that was well under par. It reminded me a little bit of the Chelsea games at times, where we've bounced into it and suddenly we've just looked all over the place. And the common denominator there is Gareth Barry, isn't it? But we've got to bounce back from it. Spurs are a good side. We've got West Brom next week. We've still got that 4-point gap. And really now, what we should be concentrating on is each game as it comes, trying to get 6th at best. That's going to be tough. But at the moment, that's the European spot. So that's what we've got to be aiming for. Maybe in the next couple of weeks, that spot will open up and be 7th. And then we've got to concentrate on getting that European place. And that to me, is what we have to do till the end of the season. Get a better idea of what this team is and who's going to play where, while obviously finishing a European place. And if we do that, then that's all right. Today was just one of those days where you walk off and you just think, they are miles better. They're 2 or 3 years ahead of us in sort of every way, on and off the pitch. And that's what we've got to get to. And we said that before the game, but me and Baz both said that. And to be fair, we both said, the game we probably won and lost in midfield. And it was, to be fair. I mean, Kane and Lukaku got goals, but that's where it was. And they were brilliant in midfield. Kept it simple. The pressing was fantastic. Whereas at times, our midfielders looked like they had 2 or 3 jobs and didn't look like they wanted to do any of them. So it's disappointing. Being beaten by a much better side. Well, a really good side, Tottenham, I'll give them that. But we've got to learn from that. The manager's got to learn from it, because he was very culpable today, and some of those players we've got to learn from it. I would say, though, Ross Barkley, I thought had a good game. He stuck at his task all game, affected things, was trying to do things on the ball, but also getting stuck in. He had a good game. He's the only really one I could say had a good game. Everyone else was pretty... Well, Rom was isolated, and when he got his chance, he took it, and that's Rom, isn't he? That is Rom. Sick of seeing him playing up front on his own. Morales did all right when he came on as well, but everyone else was shite, let's be honest. Shite. So, yeah, we'll be obviously talking about more of this on the final word tomorrow. But look out for Baz's instant reaction and his player ratings. And if you're on Patreon, check out our rewatch tomorrow, which should be quite interesting. Get your comments as well. Get your comments in as well. If you haven't subscribed to Patreon already and you want to, there'll be a little link coming up to click. That'll take you to Patreon. Some boss stuff going on over there. If you want more content, that's the place. There's plenty of content on YouTube. We're doing loads on, and we hope to add more to YouTube as well. But if you want more content, get over to Patreon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.